Hello and welcome to the Guide to CLAT web series with me, Vishnu Jain, your guide to CLAT. Today, I want to talk to you about one of the most controversial areas of the new CLAT pattern, and that is the English language. Why is there such an emphasis on English language? Why has the paper become basically an English comprehension paper with 18 passages of 500 words each, which you are supposed to not only be able to read, but also understand, deduce the meaning, find out the questions and the answers, and solve it in the OMR within a short span of 2 hours. There is definitely a competitive edge for those who come from an English-speaking background or for those who have English as a first language. First of all, English is nothing but a colonial hangover. Let us be very honest that our former masters ingrained in us this language, and even if you go to Europe or any other country in the world, English is not given such a big importance. If you go to France, they speak French. If you go to Germany, they speak German and they take pride in it. They consider English to be a second language, but for us, the people who have English as a second language consider it as a matter of shame. Well, the fact is that English is the language of the courts. English is the language in which the law schools have the medium of instruction, and therefore English is indispensable. Even when you go to work in law firms or when you go abroad for your higher studies, you will need a basic grasp of this language. And setting the paper in many different languages is not the solution either, because the questions that will appear in the paper will be in very technical language, whether it is English or any other like Hindi, Tamil, Gujarati, whatever it might be. And trust me, especially for the legal reasoning section, being a lawyer, I can tell you, legal technical Hindi or legal technical vernacular language is much tougher than legal technical English, because you are somewhat used to English because you talk with your friends, you watch movies, you read books or newspapers or magazines, all of these in English. You even use Facebook in English. So why do you want to write your CLAT paper in a different language? There is no way around it. The only way is to improve your English language skills. And how you can do that is through constant practice. If you have a year, if you have 6 months, even if you have 3 months or just 1 month, it is the right time to start. And you can improve your English language skills, your vocabulary, your comprehension, your reading speed vastly, even in 7 days, let alone an entire month. Vocabulary is all around you. You just have to pick up whatever you can use. If you find a word that you don't know, keep a vocabulary notebook. Write down the word, write down its meaning, and try to form a sentence on your own. Even make an antonym and a synonym out of it, which are the opposites and the similar words, as you must be knowing already. This is the way that you can improve, through sheer, constant hard work and practice. There is no way and no shortcut to hard work, but I can give you a few tips and tricks that will help you along the way. For example, if you are an absolute beginner, you can start your preparation by translating the words mentally as you are going along, just like you do when you read a new language altogether. Every word that you don't understand, every sentence that is beyond your grasp, try to translate into the language in which you are comfortable, whether it is Hindi, Tamil, Bengali, whatever it might be, right? That will help you understand the true intent, because the idea is not just to understand the bare meaning of the passage, but rather to analyze it critically and then apply it to fact-based situations which you will find in the passages. These are the kind of questions that are available in the critical reasoning and legal reasoning sections. It is not just simple comprehension that you will find in the English language section, right? So you have to be very careful the way you proceed. A speed reading technique that I can suggest is when you look at the passage, you can treat it like crossing the road. How do you cross the road? You look left and right and then move forward. Similarly, you can make an invisible line in the middle of the passage and read it top to bottom, looking left and right while you are moving downwards. You will automatically catch a few keywords and read a few lines in the middle, and your brain will do the rest. Trust the process, trust your intuition, and believe that you can actually make this difference and make a change. It is not very difficult. You don't need to become Shakespeare or a modern day poet. You just need to know the basics of grammar, reading comprehension, and some sort of vocabulary skills. And this is enough to get you through. Do remember that the archaic form of English that is often used in India nowadays, like hereinbefore, whereinafter, hereby sheweth, and all of these things, are neither going to be asked from you in the CLAT exam, nor are you really expected to know these moving forward. Even Latin maxims are kept to a minimum, because if there is a Latin maxim, it usually would not form a question based on that Latin maxim. It maximum might form part of the passage. So don't worry about it, and keep in mind that you are the best. A scholar in one language might appear to be a fool in another. A Nobel Prize winner who speaks only French, Swedish or German might look like a fool when they try to speak English. For that matter, an English person who comes to India might look like a fool when they try to speak in Hindi. But that doesn't mean that they are actually a fool, right? Similarly, just because you might not have English like a Shashi Tharoor doesn't mean that you are any less smart or you will be any less successful. So all the very best to all of you, and I will see you again. Remember, I am Vishnu Jain, your guide to CLAT.